talk about the recruiter screening call, what it is, and how you need to be prepared for it. When a recruiter screens you, all they're trying to do is validate that you are who you say you are and that you meet certain criteria to be moved forward and considered. What I need you to understand is a recruiter can get you removed for the process, but they can't get you the job. They are not the hiring manager. They are not the decision maker. They are the gatekeeper. They are what we call a technical buyer, meaning they're making sure that you meet the requirements, right? The technical aspects. It doesn't mean tech job, but in general. So when they're on the call with you, they're trying to confirm that you actually do have the experience you said you had, that you do have the certain skill sets that you need. But the other thing they're evaluating in that phone screen is your personality, essentially your communication style, because they're trying to sense like how would you be to communicate with on the job, and then your aptitude. And by that I mean how you approach things. It might be like what you value, your methodologies, how you look at things, because they have to make sure that your values and your approaches sync with the way they do it. And that's not always an easy thing for you to see. Like that's not something that companies readily put out there. So you need to be really well, ready to communicate well. And I'm not saying that means you have to have a big personality and be a sort of extrovert. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, are you prepared enough to answer these questions calmly and succinctly so that you are giving them the right information? That is showing you are an effective communicator of your brand. Okay. But then also being able to talk about how you do things so that they can get a sense of, okay, this person can do it the way we want them to. That is why one of the big things we have people do at Work It Daily is study the 18 most common behavioral questions. Behavioral questions are these open-ended questions that they're going to ask you so that you have to give more than a one-word answer so that they can listen and assess your communication style and your aptitude, as well as your experience, right? Those questions help them assess all three. So you investing time and energy in preparing for that is going to make you better with recruiters. Okay. Now, I need everyone to hear this right now. You get to the end of a recruiter screen. The recruiter says to you, yeah, I really like you. I'm going to pass you along to the hiring manager. You just heard, I'm getting an interview. That's not what they said. They said, I'm passing you to the hiring manager. They're going to do that about 10 times. And then that hiring manager is going to look at those people and pick 3 to 5 to interview. So please, just because you get through a great recruiter screen and they loved you and they said they're moving you on does not guarantee you an interview. I need you to hear that. It's one of the biggest misconceptions that people have, because then they get angry and they're like, the recruiter said I was great. The recruiter said I was moving forward. All you moved forward was in consideration, not in landing an interview. Okay. So it's really important that we understand that. And one of the things that you can do is say, when they say something like, yeah, I'm going to move you forward, say, amazing. Can you tell me what the hiring manager will be considering when they're looking at all the people you move forward in terms of who they might select to interview? And do you feel like I've really covered off on that? Because that helps them understand that, this doesn't mean you're getting an interview, but also can get you some information on what it might take in order to be considered. Okay. But it's really important that I manage your expectations on that, because I have a lot of people come back and they feel like the recruiter wronged them. And in reality, you didn't understand what was really happening in that moment. I want you to know that so that you're not blaming the recruiter. But again, it's a 7-day risk-free trial, folks. All I'm looking for you to give me right now is not money. It's a little bit of your time. We're called Work It Daily. You spend more time liking and looking and binge watching. You give me 15 minutes a day and Work It Daily. You let me show you a video. You come to a live session. You watch what happens. That's all I'm asking you to give me right now so that I can show you how important having the right courses and coaching and community are to getting the results that you want for yourself, right? That's what I'm looking for investment, 15 minutes a day. That's all.